Hey YouTube, this is Zach with the Gillies Financial, and today I want to talk about Micron Technology. As they announced earnings today, you can see that they announced very strong earnings. The stock is actually up after hours, and I also want to use this to kind of talk about Nvidia, as Nvidia has fallen pretty hard from their highs in the 340s all the way down to this morning. They hit as low as about $272 a share, and they finished around 275, 270-ish. And so we'll talk about them, but one of the things that I want to highlight is that Micron had phenomenal earnings today. So I'll actually walk through what that looks like. And I'm going to use this article right here from Market Watch to really drive what I want to talk about, because I think it's pretty crazy. So they closed today at $82. We'll call it $82 a share. And Micron is a chip maker, and you can see some of the segments that they operate in, but the big one is the data centers. And essentially today they raised next year forecast, and that was the key item in terms of why people think that the stock is going to continue to perform very, very strongly, because they are raising next year forecast and it's on a significant level. You can see that in terms of current earnings, they had analyst expectations of 185 to 205, or rather, they are raising their forecast to 185 to 205 a share on revenues of 7.3 to 7.7 billion. And that is topping all analyst forecasts. So this is very, very strong, and they're expecting this to continue to do very, very well. You can see the data center sales rose 34% over the first quarter, and they're expecting that to continue to grow, including 70% growth year over year is what they just occurred. So this is absolutely insane. And you can see that they talk about how this is going to impact other stocks like Nvidia, AMD, and Intel. And I think that this is going to be insane. And one of the reasons why I really like Nvidia, despite the fact that they're running on a higher range, but something from this article that I really wanted to capture is here at the end. You can see that it talks a little bit about their overall stock performance and how well they've done. However, right now on April 12th, they closed at their high of 95.59, which was short of their all-time closing high of $96.56. And I actually went to Google because they only do a 20-year look-back period on TD Ameritrade, but 20 years. You can see this. So the stock was actually all the way up at $95 a share. And you can see that they got as low as $1.59 during the 2009 financial crisis. And so again, stock was at levels it's currently at $95 a share, and it was back there in 2000. The reason why I highlight that is because there are a lot of stocks out there right now that people think that you can buy and hold forever, and that you will get a guaranteed return on investment. However, dividends not included, if you had held this stock all the way from 2000 to now, you would not have any, you would still have a negative return on investment. And for the most part, until 2020, 2021, even with dividends included, you would probably still have a negative return on investment. So it's pretty crazy here. But there are a few things, or rather, the MU earnings are one of the reasons why I am pretty bullish on Nvidia going into the end of the year and going into next year. So I think now may be a good time to continue to hold. There's still some back and forth on this opinion, but all in all, the company continues to just absolutely dominate. Now, the price to sales is a very high ratio. Price to earnings is a very high ratio. However, there's a few things outstanding that I think will continue to do very, very well for them. One is that we are expecting to see a massive inflow of money into January. JP Morgan, or rather Goldman Sachs, came out today with a report saying that they're expecting $125 billion of inflows coming in this January. One of the key stocks that benefits from the ETF sector is going to be Nvidia, as they make up a material portion of both the NASDAQ 100 as well as the NASDAQ and SPY and all of the funds that track those ETFs. As such, I think there's a large benefit from playing into the Nvidia. Again, they are just a straight up winner. So when you look at some of the valuations, you can see some of the growth metrics here, and they just continue to absolutely dominate. You can see that revenue growth quarter over quarter, you're looking at 10%. Trailing 12 months is going to be 65%. Not only are they growing like crazy, but they're doing so profitably. One of the things that is standing, or rather outstanding, is the potential acquisition of ARM, although that still has many regulatory hoops to go through. However, the reason I highlight that is because that will definitely launch some of this growth, and it'll help to bring down some of the valuations that you see here. Just important to note that they are growing and growing profitably. However, you can see that they have definitely extended themselves. However, if we can continue to see some combination or business combination of ARM as well as Nvidia, I will feel a lot better on these breakouts or on these valuations. It's also important to note that data center growth is one of the key areas driving growth for Nvidia. And based on what we just saw for MU, I would expect to see more of the same for Nvidia. And I think that we're going to continue to see very strong numbers going into next year. The question will be some of the valuation metrics associated with it, and that's something that we will continue to watch across a broader macroeconomic environment. But I think that it bodes well overall for a company of this stature and this capability. So if you have any questions, please ask them in the comment down below or in the Discord linked in the description. It's free to join, and we talk about a lot of different stocks there, but Nvidia is definitely one of my favorites. And I think that we can discuss a lot of really cool things associated with the MU earnings and how it impacts the semiconductor sector as a whole. So if you find this content helpful, please leave a like and subscribe. Thanks. Talk to you later.